Hello friends, this is Advocate Rahul Maskar. In this video, we'll discuss power of creativity. Now, what do you mean by creativity? Creativity is nothing but an ability to create or think a particular aspect which is either not in existence or to some extent it is actually absurd. But again, creativity is not absurd thinking, creativity is not random thoughts. Now, a lot of people may feel, that creativity is required by scientists, creativity is required by poets, creativity is required by filmmakers. But friends, that's not the case. We equally require the creativity in our field. And one of the greatest example of creativity in our field is case laws. See, case laws come into existence because the courts churn the particular law and come out with different dimensions, different interpretations of that particular existing law. This is exactly what is a creativity of the courts. See, for example, the postcards given to the Honorable Chief Justice of India were treated as writ petitions. Is this not the creativity? This is the creativity in legal profession. And why to take a long history? Let us take the current scenario. In this COVID-19 scenario, Honorable Supreme Court so moto took up a petition and gave an order regarding the limitation issue of filing proceedings. Now, is this not by itself a creative act? So, creativity is required equally in legal professions, and we have to use our creativity to the best possible manner to achieve our results for our clients. Now, there are certain segments, some of them I will discuss here. The first one is basic pleadings. Now, when we are drafting our pleadings, we need to keep in our mind that this is nothing but a narrating of a story of my client, and I am narrating this story to whom? To the court, who is absolutely not aware about my client's story. So now I have to put my story in such a manner that it becomes easier for the courts to understand what I want to say. So the basic pleadings of our matters should be done in such a smooth manner that while reading our plaint, there should not be any jerks. See, generally, why we like certain films and why we don't like certain films? The reason is the presentation, or rather the script, the story script, the way it is written. We easily understand it. Identically, it is same for our pleadings. We have to put our pleadings in such a creative manner. The presentation style, now how we will start, how you will end, how you will tell the exact cause, all these things you need to understand. See, we are governed by rules and regulations. But within that rules and regulations, there is a full scope for presenting our case in a very creative manner. So, please keep in mind that whenever we draft our pleadings, they should be in such a nice flow, they should be so much smooth that while reading that, nobody gets a jerk into it. And to achieve this, we have to be slightly creative in our presentation skills, for which we have to do draftings in a proper manner. The other thing where we need creativity is opening of your arguments. See, what is important in any court of law, or for that matter anywhere when you stand on any podium, the first 3 minutes are very important, because there where you will be able to catch hold of the attention of the person whom you intend to address. So, we have to be very, very creative in our arguments. Just a small example. Supposing you are waiting from morning 11 am and your matter comes up somewhere around 1:45. So, it is just 15 minutes left. Prior to your matter, a long argument has happened of a senior counsel. So, obviously, the judge has also heard a long argument. Here you can have slight creativity in your thought of opening up your case. I understand you are also equally excited, you also equally want some order from court, there is an urgency on your part, there is an urgency for your client, but a slight amount of creativity can create a lot of ease. For example, if you start that we are aware, your lordship, that for nearly 1.5 hours the arguments have gone. Sir, my matter will also require sizable amount of time. So, should I commence it now because it is only 15 minutes for the lunch, or should I resume at 2:45? The possibility that you giving this particular leverage to the court may come in your favor. There are chances that court may say, okay, you come at 2:45, I will hear you at length. See, please keep one thing in mind, that we should understand the problems of the court also. Yes, our cases are important, but at the same time, if we want a patient hearing to our case, we equally need to derive certain this kind of creative arguments, wherein instead of arguing in a hurry for 15 minutes, I will get a proper chance to argue at 2:45 when I can argue for at least 30 minutes. So, these are just some tips. Obviously, you will derive your own this kind of creativity. Now, cross examination is an accepted art. It is called as art of cross examination. You need to be maximum creative when you are doing a cross examination. The reason is, you are dealing with a witness who is a human being, who has all kind of human traits in him, and you have to handle him in such a manner that what you want to achieve from that particular witness, or what you want to extract from the mouth of that particular witness, you are able to achieve it. No, you have no control on him. No, you cannot dominate him. You cannot threaten him. So, you have to be very creative in your thought as to how I am going to ask questions to this witness. Now, here we connect our first thing, observation. Now, if I have observed people conducting cases and especially cross examining the very important and a delicate witness, my observation coupled with my visualization will help me to create a particular manner in which I'll ask questions to it. So, in cross examination, you require maximum amount of creativity to do it. There is also a creativity in the method in which you present your case. See, everybody has a case, everybody has documents, everybody has case laws. Now, how are you going to present this? See, the manner in which you present your case, that is how you are going to get benefited in your matter. The method of presentation has to be very straightforward, non-complicated. At the same time, please see to it that there are no again jerks in our method of presentation. Like for example, supposing you are opening your arguments, if you intend to tender your compilation of documents, tender it at first. Identically, if you intend to tender the case laws which you are going to argue, please tender them first and then start dealing with them one by one. See, the method of presentation actually is an art, because that will help you, and not only you, but even the court will be in a comfortable position to understand what exactly you want to do. So, this method of presentation also needs a creativity. Then we have pleading bad facts. See, in each and every case, we may not be in a position to have excellent facts with us. At times, we will have a client whose facts are not that good. I am not saying these facts are not good does not means that we are going to lose the case. I am just saying the facts are not good. Now, this is where you need to really think creatively as to how are you going to put these bad facts before the courts. And I think for this, one of the greatest example which probably everybody has seen, but we need to inculcate that, and that is excellent scene of the film Sholay. That is Amitabh Bachchan going to the Mausi of Hema Malini and requesting her to get Hema Malini married to Dharmendra, and the manner in which he speaks about Dharmendra, his family, his vices, his activities, it's really the all bad facts, but presented in such a manner that in spite of bad, they are not looking ugly. So, that is how is the art of presentation of bad facts. But every time we may not be lucky to have excellent facts where we start arguing dham dham dham. No, we may not. So, we need to understand that. So, whenever there are bad facts, we have to use our creativity, that how I am going to present my case, my particular facts in the best possible manner. So, friend, these are certain 4-5 areas which I said, but there are, in each and every area of litigation, creativity is required. So, with this we conclude our video on power of creativity, and in the next video we will discuss art of court craftsmanship. Thank you for your time.